things. I mean, bring that footage here. We can look at it. You know what I'm saying?
That might be something we
You
had to
know,
bring up. Take a look at the old times. So we kind of got what you started. Now I want to. These are a lot of this or that or this versus that, because I really would like to know what your guys' thoughts are on it. But indoors or outdoors? Why? Yeah, that's always a debate. It kind of goes side by side with SpeedSoft versus MILSIM, but kind of more generalized. What do you prefer, indoors or outdoors? Do you rather have the constant battle, back and forth, constant gameplay, or do you like more of the? I feel like there's more strategy with Milsim, but it's a lot longer, slower paced games. What do you guys prefer?
me personally, I would be 50-50 with it, leaning more towards, or maybe 60-40, leaning more towards outdoor. But as of right now, outdoor is my thing because I'm kind of burnt out with the only two fields that I've played at in my life. So, two indoor fields. So it kind of sucks that we don't really have that big a variety of indoor fields. But I feel like if we had more indoor fields to play at, I'd probably be more split down the middle.
What about you?
I'll be honest, man. I'm 50-50 hard. When we play Speed QB, I love it because I'm playing with all you guys. Where we're grinding as a team, we're growing as a team, we're falling as a team. I enjoy that aspect. I love the constant action. It's just, and I don't know, it's just something about the rush you get when you're playing Speed QB. I love it. But the flip side is, I don't get as much satisfaction when I kill somebody indoor versus outdoor. When we play outdoor, the flip side of the indoor is the complete opposite outdoor. It's usually me and Ron running together, and literally everybody else, like Will and everyone else is just, out doing their thing because, me and Ron play the sniper role. So it's just me and him, we're off, a mile deep in the woods, have no idea where we're at, and we're just going the best we can, trying to get in behind or, get Overwatch and all that. But when you do shoot somebody with a sniper, and you see that one ball through the scope smack that person and they're so confused on where it come, that is pure satisfaction.
I haven't done as much outdoor stuff as you guys. Actually, how I got started was doing outdoors, but for the most part, ever since I got restarted, I did a lot of indoor stuff, so not much outdoors. But I think I would go 50-50, believe it or not. And again, even that's with me not playing much outdoors. I love indoors, and actually, the really only reason I like indoors is SpeedQB. I love SpeedQB, or SpeedSoft in general, mainly the SpeedQB series. But that's really, I truly love it. I love the 5-on-5 action that SpeedQB brings, and I think that's really the only thing that really brings me back to the indoors. Obviously, the lack of getting soaked and usually getting burnt up in the sun is always a big bonus.
Or walking in water in a creek and not having waterproof boots.
Yep, that's always nice. But I think, but outdoors, like you said, that all that work. I remember taking it back into racing. Whenever I did anything with racing, was we did all this work Monday through Friday to get this car ready. Spend hours and hours and hours, and then if you win a race or even do well in a race, that all that satisfaction is there. You get excited of, I accomplished something. All that work was for something good. And that's where I feel like Milsim and outdoors is, you go through all that work in your gun setup and everything like that, and you make that kill, especially that one ball shot with the sniper rifle and everything like that. It's so much satisfaction from doing that. Where indoor, it's just fast paced. That one kill is great, but it doesn't bring as much satisfaction compared to at Milsim. So I will say it's a good 50-50 on that for me, but I can definitely see both sides of it. So I guess the one big question everybody talks about, and kind of leaning the same question, is SpeedQB versus Milsim. Do you think SpeedQB can... Well, what's your thoughts on both sides of it? And do you think that SpeedQB can play Milsim and Milsim can play SpeedQB, or...
Absolutely. I mean, I started out when I was playing Airsoft, I was Milsim 100%. I was a walking, talking G.I. Joe. I ain't gonna lie. But I wasn't like a lot of the other guys. I was a lot faster paced. I wasn't as like, let's breach this room and clear it. I've never been into that. But then, when Speed QB could become a thing, I was like, wow, that's me. So I started switched over. I don't wear all the gear anymore. I'm not your stereotypical, speed softer when I dress. I just dress what's comfortable for me and what's lightweight for me when I play indoor, because I don't need 50 mags. Well, we're playing public play. I don't need all the mags. I don't need all this gear. I don't need a hydration pack. I don't need all that. So I dress, what's comfortable for me. But, even from like me and Ron doing a lot of the outdoor still, we go from a full-fledged Speed QB mindset, the way we dress, the way we play, the gun setups. We transfer over to MILSIM and play MILSIM and have a grand time with those guys, So I think you could easily go both ways.
What's your thoughts?
I'm 50-50. I mean, they're both pretty good. I like Speed QB a lot. It's very competitive. I like that, competitive spirit that everybody brings. MILSIM, it's just relaxing. It's not as, fast paced. You don't get burnt out as easily. I don't know, it's just, they're both good, so.
I I I would say I'm more on the Speed QB side. I do like outdoors. I like the strategy behind outdoors, and even believe it or not, the slower pace of it, that getting that relaxation. It's just not like bang 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 all the time. But I say you can do both. I think, to be honest with you, I think we're going to say a mediocre SpeedSoft team, maybe even on the newer side. I don't think could go to MILSIM and do well. But I do think a mediocre to weak MILSIM guy who at least gets the idea on communication and teamwork can come over to the Speed QB world because they're already trained for that. Speed QB people starting off kind of had the mindset, when you're starting off, mindset of this is my job, this is what I need to do, I kill everybody. Where in MILSIM, you really don't rely on killing everybody yourself. You really rely on working as a team. So with that aspect, jumping over to Speed QB, I think is a little bit easier for a MILSIM guy to go to Speed QB. Now, I do think, like you said, when you become very good at Speed QB, can compete against the top guys in Speed QB, then going to the MILSIM sides, you get the idea on teamwork. You get the idea on playing by yourself, but you also get the idea of, I need this guy to make this job, and I can help him out. And that, I think, can transition both ways. But I do think MILSIM, a starter MILSIM compared to a starter Speed QB, can come over here, but I don't think as well can go on that side.
I think, on that, I'll add to that a little bit. When you play like me and Ron do, when you go to outdoors, you're playing a lot of roles. You got your medics, you got your gunners, you got your, support crew, you got the snipers. Depending on what role you pick, like mine and Ron's, honestly, we just work with each other. Now, that's not the correct way, I'll say, but we don't go to the big, MILSIM events. We just go play at, like, the outdoor fields and stuff. So, it's not as, like, vital. But for the most part, me and Ron work together only when we go there. Now, if we was at a big MILSIM event, obviously our job's not as much of killing. It's more of, like, providing overwatch, intel. Hey, these guys are here. They're moving this way, coming on you, blah, blah, blah. So I think if a Speed QB guy, depending on what role they went into on MILSIM, I honestly think they could do it. I'm serious. It depends on what role, but a lot of people, Speed QB people, don't understand when you go to MILSIM, there is roles. And that part is kind of hard to get into.
And again, new Speed QB, because like I
Right.
said, once you get the real concept of Speed QB, again, SpeedSoft, Speed QB specifically, but you get the real concept of everybody's role, job, communication, then it's so easy to transition. But if you're talking about a brand new Speed QB guy where they don't understand that concept,
Look, man, brand new Speed QB people are almost cancerous. I'm not even going to lie. Especially at our local field, they think SpeedSoft is not Speed QB. They think it's just play in a public field, run as fast as you can and shoot your gun as fast as you can and hit people as much as you can. That's not it. It's like, I see teams even local here claiming Speed QB. They are a Speed QB team. I have never seen them on a Speed QB field.
yeah.
So how are you a Speed QB team?
Mm-hmm.
That little things like that makes absolutely no sense. And I think a lot of people, local and far stretched even, miss that concept.
Mm.
So
Yeah, I do agree that that was the one problem when we were talking about in the beginning, that when we started that little practice facility and we ran a whole year of doing Speed QB official series events, that the smaller teams, the new teams, are really struggling on communication, struggling on getting kills, struggling on movement. And it was all because the only thing they were worried about is how fast can I shoot my gun, and how fast can I run. And it's a lot bigger than that.
exactly.